Castlevania Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate, often shortened to Castlevania Mirror of Fate, because good god that's a long title, is the second game in the Lords of Shadow trilogy. This time, the game was released on Nintendo 3DS and later ported as an HD remake to Xbox 360, PS3, and so on. I wasn't sure of how the gameplay of Lords of Shadow would translate into handheld, so imagine my surprise when I found out it's just a Metroidvania game. Sort of. You explore a castle the same as a standard Metroidvania, but there's not much in terms of character customization. In addition to this, there are more combat-oriented segments like the previous Lords of Shadow title. Also like the previous title, the music is nothing amazing, but fitting for the game. I personally just mute the game and play standard Castlevania music over it, and it works just fine. This time around, there are 3 playable characters: Simon Belmont, Trevor Belmont, and Alucard. In this continuity, Simon is the son of Trevor and finally has a good design again. This time, he wields not the vampire killer, but the beast killer. He journeys to Dracula's castle to find the vampire killer that his father lost in his battle with Dracula. Along the way, Simon receives help from Alucard, who seems to know a lot about his father, which would make sense. Gabriel is Trevor's father in this continuity, and Alucard is the son of Dracula, so that would make them half-brothers, right? Definitely interesting. After Simon's story is finished, we move on to Alucard's story, and his story ends with one of my favorite boss battles in the series. Alucard and Simon, the 2 poster boys of the series, fighting Dracula side by side. Now this is an awesome boss battle. After Alucard's story is done, we journey back in time to see what happened to Trevor. Trevor journeys to confront Dracula for the death of his mother. A final battle concludes, and once again, spoilers ahead, view at your own risk. Trevor actually loses the battle with Dracula, and in his dying breath, reveals that he is Gabriel's son. Desperate to save his own son, he pours some of his own blood into Trevor's mouth, turning him into a vampire. So this is one of the reasons why people don't like this continuity. Remember how I said Trevor and Alucard must be half-brothers? Well, no. They're actually the same person. Meaning that Alucard and Simon Belmont are father and son. This should be cool, but it's just dumb. Like, really fucking dumb. But that doesn't change the fact that Mirror of Fate is a great game. While not a tried-and-true Metroidvania, it's pretty close. And playing as 3 of the biggest fan-favorite characters is a great time. I enjoy this game a lot, but I still think the twist was kind of weak, especially compared to the last game. But Lords of Shadow 2 was just around the horizon, and I was hyped. I watched all the trailers, listened to the trailer music on loop. I was so ready for the finale of the trilogy. So let's find out what I thought. See you soon.